Audio?
People seem to think they can't see us.
They seem to think.
Hold on.
I think this is a good look for me.
Uh-huh. When you're 65.
Hey.
They can hear you now. Hold on.
Oh, are they gonna get
careful,
ready?
Careful.
They're gonna be like, what does he look like that he thinks he looks good as this thing? And then it'll be like, whoa.
There we go. Now we are cooking with gas. Hello and welcome to Gameplay Live, friends. You know what? Yeah, of course you can hear audio on the title screen and not the regular screen. Why not? Anyway, I'm Becca, and these are my loved ones, Melanie.
Hello.
And David.
Hello.
And this is the very first time that I am running a game of Call of Cthulhu for them. So excited to be doing this, and excited to be troubleshooting this here with you all today. Oh wow, we've got a bunch of people in chat. That's awesome. Thanks for hanging out.
We're very happy we could be your troubleshooting pals.
You always are.
Thank you.
That's what marriage is.
That's what marriage is.
Mike,
It's troubleshooting pals.
Before we get into
Definition of marriage. Troubleshooting pals.
That's correct.
Thank you, Becca.
Before we get into the mystery and adventure full of horror and twists and turns that, oh, maybe it's just a very simple starter adventure. Well, first of all, David, can you turn to the side so I can see that alfalfa hair? Keep turning. That's my favorite hair. Look at that. That's really cute. It's very alfalfa. Okay, don't worry about it.
I know it's there.
All right, so what's happening today is we are doing a little adventure called Paper Chase. It's out of the starter set from Call of Cthulhu 7th edition. And I'm going to need you guys to give us a little introduction to your characters. Oh, let's see. I was trying to find the author's name, and I think it's just by a bunch of people.
I call second. Mel, you gotta go first.
Okay, so before I put you on the spot.
Huh?
No, let's go ahead. Mel, please tell us who you're playing today.
I am playing Madame Beignet.
Ooh.
And she is an occultist from New Orleans.
Yeah.
And she has some interest in the esoteric and magic, and she carries her tarot cards and her brass knuckles and her matches, and she wears a black veil at all times to hide her disfigured, burned face.
Oh, God.
Fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Are you intimidated already?
Yeah.
So, partner.
Let me see your face.
Okay, tell us a little bit about Bartholomew Vestibule.
It's pronounced vestibule.
That's what I said.
Okay. My name, can I do the first person?
I hope that you do. Yes, please.
Hello, my name is Bartholomew Vestibule. It's pronounced vestibule. Like a vestibule, but with a B, because Bartholomew Vestibule is my name. Hello, I am a librarian. I work at a library, and I live at a library. The same. I live at the library where I work. It is very convenient because stop looking at me when I'm talking.
Yes.
I am very nervous around people, but I'm very confident around books.
So the city doesn't know that you have turned the back room of storage into little living quarters.
Not unless someone tells them.
Excellent.
So don't tell them.
Okay. Great.
Got it.
So
It's pronounced vestibule.
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 Well, close enough.
So, the two of you have decided to do some traveling. You have traveled to Arnoldsburg, Michigan, a quaint little town, and each of you individually are on a quest for knowledge, as it were. You're to learn more about yourselves and what else is out there in the great United States. This is the year 1922.
Wait, Arnoldsburg,
Michigan.
Very exciting state.
Now, from what you've told me about yourselves, and I assume you're from, Massachusetts?
I am from Cambridge's next door neighborhood. So, Camberg.
Camberg.
And I was born in London.
Okay. Love it. Love it. That's amazing, Mr. Vestibule.
I've lived in America for 23 years, although I never shaved off my accent.
Shave off. And I was born in New Orleans, and that's where my whole family is buried and haunts.
Excellent.
All of your family's dead?
Mm-hmm.
Can you take off your veil?
Not yet.
No, not yet.
Okay, so you're traveling in Arnoldsburg. You've settled in, and you open the paper, and you see an ad from one Thomas Kimball. He has put out an ad looking for someone that can help him with a small mystery and will pay a hefty sum of $10.
Oh, $10. For
Yes.
1922.
That's about $240 in today's standards. So,
How do we know each other so far? We're just buds. We met
well,
at a bus
based
stop.
on it's up to you. You can either already know each other if you want to establish that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would come to the library to get occult books. And I'm annoying to you,
Right.
probably.
Camberg?
Well, probably. I think that I probably don't have as much socially awkwardness around someone whose face I can't see.
Ooh.
So maybe we're fast friends.
Okay, yeah.
Li-
I haven't
library
I
friends.
haven't been to your library yet, but maybe I visit you and we meet. And
Yeah.
Okay, so you've met in the
So we met,
library.
and we're friends from
And
the library.
Madame Beignet, you bring this article that was sent to you in a mysterious envelope, unmarked, no letter. It was just a newspaper clipping from Arnoldsburg, Michigan. And you go into the library to show it to your new, strange, somewhat awkward friend that seems to really take a liking to you. Partially, you may assume it's because of your veil, or maybe just two odd birds flock together. But you go into the library and you show him this article clipping. Yes, it's an ad asking for investigators, amateur or professional, willing to do some sleuthing to get to the bottom of a small family mystery.
Bartholomew.
Hello.
Hello. I have this.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing
I'm
well.
sorry.
I'm doing well.
Was that rude to not?
How are you?
I'm fine.
Okay, good. So I have this mail that I got,
Yeah.
and I'd like you to take a look at it because I think it could be something of interest to you.
Oh my
A
God.
mystery. Do you like mysteries?
I've read the novels.
You?
I've read the novels.
Oh, so
Mystery novels.
you'd be interested in solving one, maybe?
We have to go outside of the library?
Well, look where it's from. Have you ever been to Michigan?
I've never been to Michigan. I've only heard tale of the amazing state of Michigan where there are lakes and
Mysteries.
Midwesterners. Are you asking me to
Well,
do we go on a call?
I mean,
On a quest?
I need someone to help me. And you're really smart, and you have a lot of books. I think you'd be a good person to take with.
Do I need to bring all of my books?
I would bring a few.
Just
Just pick a few.
favorites.
Yeah.
A couple favorites.
Couple favorites.
I mean, it's a big decision. And I never, I live here. Have I told you that yet? That I live.
In the
As
library.
you two are talking, you follow Bartholomew back to his house as he continues to spout his doubts as he packs a bag, and you already have your bags packed, being a traveler just seeking adventure right now and seeking more insight into the occult because you've had a taste of some of what the mythos holds, and you have a thirst for more. So as you board a bus, you wake up about 18 hours later, getting off the bus stop in Arnoldsburg, Michigan, and it's about 6 o'clock at night. You take the address in the newspaper, 218 Aylesbury Street. You head there. And what would you like to do when you arrive? You've taken, there is a city bus that goes very nearby, and then you can walk the rest of the way.
Well, we should look in the windows.
Absolutely. I wish I'd brought less books. They're so heavy.
How many books do you have?
I have 20 books.
Did you put them in a bag or?
Yeah. In 1920 they didn't have rolly bags, so I'm just lugging them, and I'm not very strong because I'm like a
That's
thin
perfect.
frail.
You boost me, and I'll look in the windows.
Oh, that's fun. Yeah. Oh. Okay, I'll make step up into the window.
Okay, let's see how well you are able to lift him. So give me a strength roll.
Oh.
So with the Call of Cthulhu system, we are using D100. These are percentile dice. And each of our investigators have a character sheet that lists many skills. The ones that they are super adept in, they've been granted a higher percentage level. When you roll 2d10s, you add them together, and then that creates your percentage, and you're trying to roll below your skill level. So, Mel.
So I'm rolling to boost him up?
Yeah, you're going to lift him up. Let's see how well it goes using your strength.
2 of these?
2d10, yeah. You should have a 10s digit and a 1s digit.
Okay, we got 16.
Oh,
Easy.
that's very low. Yeah. Is that an extreme success for you?
Where's my
1/5
strength?
of your skill.
Oh, thank you.
It's a major one, but not an extreme.
Okay, so hard
Correct.
success.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so you just fling him up there. He's so light.
Oh, thank you. You're so strong.
It's all the tarot I read.
Okay.
All the cards.
I'm in. You'll never guess what I can see. The inside of the house.
Is anyone home?
Yeah, you're actually looking in a front window, kind of on the corner of the house on the right side from the door. And what you see is a small study. It's small, but it possesses an insane amount of books. Every wall of these 10-foot ceilings is full completely with bookshelves on all 4 walls. And there's a desk in the middle with a light that is on.
Madame, you'll never guess what I see. It's full of books. Oh my God, we have to get inside.
Quick, will you open the door and let me in? The
Yes.
front
Wait, you're still outside.
I gotta open the window or break into the window. Is it locked?
Okay, so this is the man you're responding to his ad in the paper looking for investigators, and you break into his window?
door? Okay, maybe
You're
welcome to
Maybe
do
now
that.
we looked
Right.
in the window.
We totally jumped the shark too quick.
We looked in the window. Books. Good sign.
Let's just knock on the door,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah.
normal
Now
people.
she successfully lifted you. You could open the window, whatever you guys want to do.
I think we just go be normal people. I think we got a little bit excited, and maybe we just go knock.
We
on
were
the door.
we were being cautious.
Yeah.
So now that we know that there's no dead bodies just chilling, I think we go to the door.
In this one room, there's no dead bodies.
Correct.
Yeah.
Which is a good sign.
That's good
Excellent.
sign.
So
So
let's
you
walk
come
back
and
to
you
the
knock on
front
the
door
door.
and knock.
Yeah. Totally.
And the door is opened by a young man, a relatively young, or not terribly young for this time period, but he's about 27 years old. Kind of handsome, but a little bit unkept, misbuttoned vest, and a little crazy hair. And he said, "Oh, yes, hello. Are you responding to the advertisement? I'm Thomas Kimball. Please come in."
Well, thank you. Yes, we are.
Many people have, not many people have responded to my advertisement. Did you see in the paper?
I was sent it in the mail. I didn't find it in the paper. Someone sent it to me.
I work at the library.
How peculiar. I don't know who would have mailed it to you. That's very strange. But, well, yes, most people who live in this town, and they're rather older folk. Let's sit down. Can I make you a cup of tea?
Yes, please.
He takes you into the kitchen. And
Do you have Earl Grey?
that's the only kind of tea.
Perfect.
Perfect. Well, yes. I am Thomas Kimball, and you are?
I'm Madame Minier.
None of us have seen her face before.
Yes. Do you always wear that veil? Pardon me, I don't mean to be rude.
Well, it's a little rude. I'm not going to take it off just yet.
I've
Certainly.
spent 18 hours on a bus with her. Never once did she lift it. I'm sorry. That was very rude of me. You could probably hear all of that. My name is Bartholomew Vestibule.
Excellent. Yes. Well, I assume you are credentialed private investigators of some sort?
So he's a librarian, and I am an occultist, and we both work and dabble in the mysteries and the mysterious sciences, so I think someone must
Yes.
have thought
This is perfect.
we'd be a good fit.
Well, I don't know who thought that you should come here and sent you that my advertisement, but, well, actually, your skills seem quite suited for the mystery at hand. You see, there's been some books that have been stolen from me.
Oh, God! The gravest of all, the gravest of all crimes to steal a helpless book.
Several, in fact. Now,
Sorry, from your personal library?
No. Well, you see, this house, it's used to belong to my uncle, Mr. Douglas Kimball.
Used to.
Yes, he was a quiet man. I've inherited his home because, well, 1 year ago he went missing. He was never found.
Probably dead. I can find out. You can do a seance.
Excellent. Yes, I would love to know the whereabouts of my uncle. And so you seem adeptly suited to finding him, or perhaps what has happened to him, just to sage my curiosity. But, well, really, what I believe that these were first edition, very rare books in my uncle's library. Let me show you to the study.
Yes,
you have your tea. You have your tea.
Do you have milk? Never mind. It's not a big deal. But do you have milk for the tea? Normally, when you serve tea...
Can you roll for persuade or charm, whatever you like?
Charm or persuade. Let's see. Do. Where are they? Persuasion.
Alphabetical, so charm would be over in this
alphabetical,
area.
and it's charm is 15, and persuasion. I'll just do charm. Okay, 15. Yeah, that's a 61, so no way in
I'm
hell.
afraid our milk is spoiled.
Yes, of course.
Yes,
it
it's
was
very hard to get fresh milk in
Rude of me to even ask.
the country like we are here.
It's my fault entirely. I'm
No,
sorry.
It's perfectly fine.
I'll buy you milk later.
I-
It's my fault.
No. I am your employer in the situation. In fact,
Potential.
we haven't even talked about. I wanted to tell you more about exactly what we're trying to find. But well, if you each agree to it, I would pay $10 to each of you for your efforts, and you may, of course, stay in my spare rooms.
And you want us to find these books and while we're at it, potentially locate your uncle? If I'm understanding you?
It is my assumption that he's no longer with us, but if you could find out any inkling of where he might have gone. I can't get anything out of the local people here.
Sounds like an adventure.
Okay, so he leads you into the study and shows you, yes, it's incredible, books everywhere.
It's like Belle in the Beauty and the Beast, like...
It's a rather small study,
It is.
but the amount of books that are fit within it, so neatly organized.
I think that's what I'm mesmerized by, like, your stacking ability is uncanny.
Yes.
Well, it was my uncle's, and he would be most complimented. I'm sure you would get along quite well, except for he didn't much like other people.
Similar to
Neither
you.
do I!
Yes, you remind me of him. Not in looks, not at all, no. I should tell you that. He was a man of average build, medium height, balding on top with white hair, and cork bottle glasses, yes, round glasses. I don't know if that's helpful at all. He usually dresses well, rather shabby, given well, he probably could have spent more on his appearance, as I would.
What did he do for a living?
Various investments. I've kept up his books, and really, he lived on very little. He loved his books, and, well, aside from that, spent hardly anything. You wouldn't imagine.
I sense him in this room. I sense his presence.
Roll for occult. Let's see if you do.
78.
I'm gonna assume that's above.
No.
What's your occult?
85.
Oh wow!
Whoa.
All right. You don't sense that particular being, but you do sense. You feel a strong pull coming from behind the house, out back, you feel many, many spirits floating in the ether nearby this residence.
Yes, I do. There's a lot of spirits here. Be careful.
Oh,
Careful?
Yes.
Wow.
You're vulnerable, Bartholomew.
I'm vulnerable.
Yes, just stick with me.
Just stay with you.
Yes.
Are there some behind me?
Yes.
Yes?
Madame Beignet, I must say, I'm not particularly a firm believer in the occult. I consider myself somewhat of a skeptic, but well, yes, in the direction that you point, there is a small cemetery. A handful of families have used this gravesite for generations. Well, you could take a look around later if you like.
Yes. So why are we in here again? Oh, the missing books.
Well, yes, you can see that it looks like 6 books have been taken. Very, very nice additions.
Can I go investigate where they were? Because I'll probably be able to understand.
Sure, do you want to do a library use roll?
Yeah, library use. Or we can also ask Thomas, I guess, just like what the books are. Would he know? Thomas, what? I have a question, not about milk. So sorry about that earlier. Can you tell us about the books? Can you tell us about them?
Oh, I don't know specifically what books they are, I'm afraid. I was meaning to do an inventory of everything in the library. It's the one room I have not yet touched. I've redecorated everywhere else with the help of a decorator, of course.
I'm gonna do my library skills then to investigate the missing books, because I'll be able to figure out probably with their sequence. Contextually, probably, what they are.
Well, give me a library use roll.
Library use, my library use is insane.
Do you want to take the other dice out of the tray?
Yeah.
So.
Library, oh my god, I have a 95. And I got a 1.
No, you got a 100.
I got a 100? Are you serious?
That's the worst
No,
you can do.
come on. No, Becca, because this is the zeros place.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's actually how you roll a 100.
Fuck. Then
No.
Yeah, because it's zeros.
Triple zeros is 0. 001.
Wait, there's...
It was a double 0.
You did roll a 0. Oh, you rolled a 1. You rolled
I rolled a
1.
1. Okay, 000 would
000
be?
is 100.
Got it. Okay, so I rolled. It was good then. So, okay, that would have been terrible. The only purpose I'm here to do is to look up these books, and I fail in the first roll, and I have a 95%.
Worst librarian ever.
So that's a really good roll then.
Yeah, you go up, you take the ladder that's on, of course he has a ladder on rails that can be moved
Give
around.
me your bag of books.
And he...
You
You could set those on the ground if you like.
It's okay.
And
Okay.
I feel like Bartholomew is a very, very awkward with most things, but like libraries are his jam. So
like
he's like
Belle, you're whisked
yeah,
across.
Well,
immediately-
you actually got a critical success.
critical success.
So,
I'm immediately in my element of like, excuse me for a second, like jumping up.
Could you actually do me a favor? Next to library use on your sheet, there's a little box. Can you check the box? That means that you'll get to improve upon it later on.
Oh, cool,
Yeah, after the adventure.
Yeah,
Okay.
critical success.
Thomas had no idea what the books were, just that they were important, but you see them. You see one in the in section, Natural World and You by Nohar, the Sharkamus.
That's the name of the missing book?
That's one of the missing books, yes. Natural World and You. Let's see, seems to be a fiction section, and it is in the area of stories related to the moon. There's a lot of lunar activity and werewolves stories in a section where a book is missing. Let's see, there's naturally a book on the Dewey Decimal System. Yes, obviously a favorite of both Bartholomew and of course Mr. Kimball himself.
How ironic that the one book that tells us how to organize this room is missing.
And then the final book, I guess there was only 5. Well, this one is all about cooking with meat prepared raw.
Ooh, I use that in spells, so. But that's 4 books, right?
Okay, so we have The Natural World and You by, what's his name?
It was Nohar the Sharkamus.
Nohar.
No Harsharkamus, yeah.
Sharkamus. Cool, Sharkamus. And then we had stories related to the moon, a werewolf book, decibel system, and cooking with meat. Raw.
Yeah,
Cooking
it looks
raw.
like one other cookbook is missing. Starts with the letter P.
So this is the sixth book?
Sure.
Yeah. P. Cooking book. Great.
You hear a door slam in the hallway.
That was my fail.
Thomas runs out of the study and looks around. But there's nothing there. It's just the door shut. Well, I suppose we'd left it open when you came in. I was in such a hurry to get you tea.
Did we?
Well, it's rather late. I don't know if you'd like to turn in for the night after a weary day of travel.
Do you live alone, Thomas?
I do.
Do
I once had a lover, but she fell for another. That's why I decided to move to Arnoldsburg. I figured when I inherited the house that maybe it was a sign that there was other things for me elsewhere. It's been difficult. Yes.
Is
Elaine.
this the part when I share now about my... I'm still reading social cues. But this
Feel
is all
free.
new to me.
I am rather tired myself, so I will turn in for the night. I do have to go to town in the morning.
So, will you show us to our rooms?
Indeed. He shows you to your rooms. You settle in. He shows you where you can draw a bath if you'd like.
I think before we leave the room, Bartholomew thinks, he just like assumes that he'll be sleeping in the library, so he's like, oh, yes, of course, a bedroom, right, very good, very good. Show us where?
Oh, yes. And he takes you to the rooms.
And we have separate rooms.
Yes. There are 3 bedrooms in this house, and then the study is downstairs. They're very, very small bedrooms, but they are separate rooms.
How big is this overall house?
It's very narrow. It's sort of a townhouse shape,
So you go
although it is isolated in its structure. It's not the street. The homes are very spread out, like 20 yards at least between houses.
Cool.
Yeah,
But there's a cemetery behind ours.
there is. There is.
Okay.
I mean, that's what you learned from your role for the occult. All right, so the next morning, you wake up to find some toast in the kitchen, and Thomas has left. He said he left a note saying he's gone out to do some errands. So where would you like to begin your investigation of the missing books and the missing person?
Well, I'm torn between exploring the rest of the house and going to that cemetery.
Either way, I mean, Bartholomew would probably be like all about the books still, but
also,
if you go anywhere, I'm gonna go with you because I'm terrified.
I think that we should just go somewhere in the house since Thomas is out. That maybe like he wouldn't want us to go see.
Yeah. And
So,
I would probably be like
Let's
pretty
poke around in an office, maybe.
Yeah. Okay. Should we? And I'll be like super nervous the whole time, probably.
Great.
Okay, so you're checking out the rest of the house aside from the study for now?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Let's see. So upstairs you find Thomas's room. Your
It's
rooms
broad
were
daylight,
very
but
small.
I still have a flashlight for some reason, and I'm like,
Yes.
should we?
It's good.
Is it or an oil lantern?
I know, right, yeah.
I have
It's
matches.
1920.
You're taking my matches and you're striking one
Yeah,
after
candle.
another. Stop doing that. You're using
I'm
them
just
up.
exploring. In every book there's a torch, and this is the biggest I have.
So it's a
Ow!
candle.
And then I drop
Oh,
them.
just the match.
Yeah, just let me. Ow!
Yeah, he's just using all my matches up.
Excellent. All right, so you look in Thomas's bedroom, and it's he kind of tried to make the bed, but he just sort of threw it up.
Oh, good. I'd like
yeah.
to look under the mattress.
Under the mattress. Okay. Can you give me a spot hidden roll?
Ooh, I got a
Black on black dice.
I got a 12. Math.
12. Amazing. I'm going to
Yeah.
assume that's below. Spot
Or
hidden
is it a 12 or is it a 21?
Well,
This one is
2. Oh, you're right. So it's 21.
Yeah.
That's okay. What's your spot hidden stat?
It's like 25 is what you already have, so
Excellent.
it's less.
Okay, so you succeed, and what you find underneath the mattress, there is a small lockbox, and you open it up, and there's just cash in there. And then next to it, not in the lockbox, there is a small pistol.
Don't touch it.
I just know enough about guns and plays and books, and once it appears, why did we look here?
Do you take either of them, or do you leave them where you found them?
I want to leave it.
Leave them! Yes, leave them here!
We know it's there. I don't want him to think that they've moved.
Okay, great. You searched downstairs, and there was the small kitchen that you saw. There's there's a living room, just a small drawing room, living room. It also has a table for dining. It's a very small house, so everything's kind of like pushed together. Of course, there's a table within the kitchen where you had tea last night. And then there's the study, and you find nothing else of note. It seems to, all of the possessions of Douglas Kimball seem to have been removed. All this furniture looks newer, or it's the nicer items were kept, of course, and just the study is the most full to the brim room. Everything's organized, but it's just there's files and papers in the desk and lots of things untouched. So do you wanna?
Yeah, can I, I mean, if we're in the study and it's the library and everything, can I
Okay.
just do a deep dive on all the other books and everything about the library itself?
Just what type of books he has in general?
Yeah, because I think
You got a critical
my
success
perspective-
already on your library
Yeah.
roll, so I'll just tell
Totally.
you. It's all kinds of. He seems to really like sort of the occult and stories with mysteries and things about creatures from other worlds. And but then just a variety of every topic. He doesn't seem to be too discerning, and it seems like every one of these books has been opened and every page turned. Nothing seems uncracked. He seems to be quite the avid reader.
Is there fiction too? Is it fiction?
Yeah, there's
and
fiction.
It's yes, everything. It's just like a big, it's a big
Mostly
old mini
nonfiction,
library.
but yeah, he's got
Mostly
got
nonfiction.
everything. Yeah, except for those 6 missing
Interesting.
books. Yeah.
And also,
did you want to?
with my crazy awesome role with the library, are there like certain books that I can tell because they were opened and closed more? There's more used, like which ones he likes the most. Like, does he have any favorite books and stuff?
Interesting. These seem to be. There doesn't seem to be. You
Equally.
think that maybe anything that was that well loved is missing here?
Like that?
I was also
Oh.
going to ask if the books were stolen that were first editions, and Bartholomew, you know about books, so you tell me what you think, but
The first edition is the first of the books to come out.
so do you think that a first edition would be stolen for value only? Because these are kind of like, what's a first edition cookbook or a first edition Dewey Decimal?
Don't
Do you
think too
they'd
hard
be
about
worth anything? Okay, they're not going to be worth anything. So why they didn't get stolen for their worth?
I don't know. These
They're
books
not
aren't
rare books.
famous books.
They're not rare books.
So it sounds like a first edition of cooking without with raw meat. It's like, oh God, we have to go to the book-atorium sale and get the first edition cooking with
that
raw
was
meat.
Thomas's impression was that these might be valuable, and he was upset that they were taken.
Oh, gotcha.
Right.
So
And
they-
Especially because they belonged to his mysteriously disappeared uncle.
I feel like
so,
I'm just calling that bluff. They're not
Right.
valuable.
fair enough. Fair enough. Well, what would you like to do next?
Do we know that though? Do we know that they are valuable or they're not valuable definitively?
Given the general worth of the library, I mean, they wouldn't be insignificant,
But it's not like
but we don't know the
We don't know.
exact
Okay.
price value of the books that are missing.
Gotcha.
No.
Can we?
So when you were riding the bus into town yesterday, it was about twilight, getting into sunset as you were riding through town. But you did notice a main street, and on that main street there was a police station, there was a library, a newspaper office, there's some houses pretty spread out in the neighborhood.
Houses, newspaper, police. Interesting.
Hmm.
Part of me wonders if we should go talk to the newspaper station to hear what they said about when Thomas placed the ad.
yeah, because
Is anything-
at this point we don't really have much to go off of.
Yeah, we
right?
need someone to tell us about the uncle too, and
Yeah,
Thomas.
yeah, we just gotta go
Because
around. And talk
I'm
to people.
suspicious about Thomas, the nephew. So I'd like to hear someone's account of this family.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Let's get a second
So
opinion.
we'll go to town.
Let's go to the newspaper.
Let's go to the newspaper. Yeah.
Okay, you walk into town. It's about 20 minutes, and you do see
It's still in the morning?
newspaper office. Yeah, it's late morning. It's around 10 a.m. And the newspaper office is on Nut Street. It's perpendicular to Main
It's strange
Street.
they didn't specify the type of nut. Normally it's a hazelnut street or a chestnut street. It's just not just general nut street. Interesting. I've never seen it before.
All right.
My favorite street. My new favorite street name.
You go into the newspaper office. And you hear a whirring of a big
Blue
machine.
Street. Color Street. It's like,
You hear a whirring of a big machine, the printing press. Naturally, there's papers just sort of flying everywhere. It seems like
Chaos!
Yeah, just utter chaos.
Yeah. I'm like catching papers and like tidying them up and putting them into piles.
Oh no! You walk around the room for a bit. Well, what else do you want to walk around or?
You want to find people to talk to.
I'm
right?
looking for a person. I'm sensing.
Yeah.
You're following me, grabbing
Yeah.
papers, and
Okay.
I'm kind of sensing my way through.
Sure. Towards the back of this big, empty, just one big room, you find it a desk and working furiously at it, writing is the editor, Mr. Artie Malloy.
Ooh.
Man.
Artie
Come back another time. I'm busy.
Sir, we're actually here about a mystery.
Yes. Wait. A mystery, you say?
Yes.
In Arnoldsburg?
Yes, I was sent a clipping from your very newspaper, but mysteriously we can't find out who sent it to us, but we came here to get to the bottom of the mystery. It has to do with Thomas Kimball.
I'm a librarian.
Oh, that man, yes. A librarian, you say?
Yes.
Excellent. Okay, well, I'm very, very busy. You're going to have to come back another time. I don't have much time to talk about that. It's just me in here today. I have an assistant, but she's homesick, so could you maybe come back later? Or you can try a roll for persuade or fast talk or charm.
You want to play the good cop or the bad cop?
I want to persuade him to tell us more about Thomas, because he gave
Yeah.
us it in there. So may I roll for persuade?
Sure.
Well, I don't have much.
Neither do I.
Okay. Yes, 25. So that's not going to work
Oh,
because I only
darn.
have 10.
Now, there's another rule that I don't know if I've told both of you about. I think, Mel, you know this, but David, you can always push a roll. Now, pushing a roll means you re-roll. Bartholomew?
I'm listening. I'm just listening.
You re-roll with consequence. So you can always make this decision, but you have to justify to me in what way, like you try something different or you exert more of yourself to accomplish that task. And then if you fail the second time, bad things could happen.
Oh, God.
I would only do that in a scenario where, like, if I had a higher percentage and yet I still rolled poorly, I might try again because my odds were in it, but I don't want to do that for this.
And the other option that you both know about is you may spend your luck points. You have luck points. Luck is also a role I could ask you to perform if there's a situation where you're going to need some luck to accomplish a task. Or you can just spend those points in order to make a roll better. So maybe, Mel, this is the time where you spend, are you 5 points away from succeeding there? You could spend luck to get it done. Now, a house rule that we play with on Stream of Blood, the other stream I'm on, is that you can never spend more than 10 points at a time, so I like that rule.
I'm 15 points away, so I'm gonna,
Okay, great. David, do you want to try something?
I mean,
Try and get Artie, the newspaper editor, to help you out?
I guess
Tell us
I
about
just have such bad persuasion. Like my big skills are, in addition to library stuff, stealth, sleight of hand, and climbing.
So I think
And
what
language.
intrigued me is that he said his assistant was out sick. So part of me wants to figure out a way if we can go find where she lives, because I bet she knows more.
Maybe my one thing with trying to persuade him is that I can like take some of the work off his shoulders because I'm super good with language. So maybe if I offer to help him, that he'll give us like
Help him.
finish his work that he needs to do.
I'm so busy. I have notes for articles, but no articles finished anywhere, and I've just got to get this paper out for tomorrow.
What's his name again? Artie? Mr. Artie?
Yes?
I can help you. I am very good at Latin and English and writing, and maybe if we help you out and clear off your plate for the day a little bit, maybe you can give us a moment of your time.
Give me a persuade roll with a bonus die.
Oh, what's that mean?
So I want you to roll 3 d10s, but you're going to roll a second that's the tens digit, and take the better one.
Oh, that's fun. Okay, and this is persuade, which I don't have 10.
Or charm.
Or charm? Where's charm?
I don't know if that's any better for you.
Or fast
Charm's
talk.
15. I'll take charm over
Sure.
persuade.
Okay.
And, yeah, I got it. 003, so I got a 3.
Oh, wow. Okay, check the charm box for me. Because that was pretty epic. Okay, wow. Interesting, yes. Well, absolutely. But if you'll do that for me, I'll tell you anything you want to know.
Great, and then I go into my zone for a second, like, I love to work! Okay. And, like, organizing stuff and, like, writing a bunch of articles or whatever.
I'm going to say an hour goes by.
Yeah.
So it's almost noon at this point. And then, Bartholomew, what would you like to ask Artie about? Hey, I can help you guys with anything that you're looking for. What do you folks need?
We want to know
About
the Kimball family.
The missing uncle. And Thomas, who plays the advertisement.
And the advertisement.
Yeah, well, I don't know too much about the family, actually. The uncle, he stayed in, he could be seen just reading anywhere he'd go. He'd walk to the outfitters and he'd be reading his book. He'd come in to pick up a spare paper and he'd be reading his book, and then he'd switch to the paper and be reading both.
A regular
the son,
Belle from Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, the nephew. Yeah.
Did you say his head was stuck in a book?
I would. Yes.
I was gonna try to remember the other lyrics from the Beauty and the Beast song, but
Interesting. I'm not familiar. You could look through back issues of the paper if you like and see if anything mentions their house. I think they're open 218. Is their house number? Yeah, they're on Aylesbury. Yeah.
Who's at 218?
By the cemetery.
The Kimballs.
Where you're staying.
Nice.
That would be great.
Sure. You can each give me a roll for library use, which I think is
Real good.
Real good for both of you. Yeah, to go through the back issues and see if you find anything.
I got a 12.
That's
which,
insane.
Yeah, which
It's
also
already
means
checked, so.
super. Yeah, that's a critical
Extreme success?
Extreme
This takes you no time at all, which is great because you spend a lot of time writing articles.
Let me just sit down and look. I found it. Here it is. All the information we need.
All right. You find some never published notes in an old journalist's flip book, a notebook. Used to take information at the scene. There's a statement from a Mrs. Hilda Ward, and she says. This was from a few years back. It says, for 20 years I've seen devil spawn stalking about the burial ground near my house. They're human in outline, but with canine features. They've got hooved feet, covered with mold. And then the journalist has given some notes that the woman seems crazed, sort of a older woman with a little out of touch. It also gives a note that Mrs. Hilda Ward has since moved to Detroit. No other neighbors could corroborate her story of seeing devil spawn in the burial ground.
Well, that's interesting because the book taken about werewolves, maybe there's some connection where the house has some sort of a spell and turns people alive or dead into werewolves.
What are we doing here? This is so dangerous. I thought we were going to read books in a library.
Listen, Bartholomew, part of our
It's
adventure
pronounced vestibule.
is to find missing books, which is your specialty. And part of it is to investigate a missing person who may or may not be haunted, which is my specialty.
Oh.
So we're doing great.
Haunted by werewolves is terrifying.
Okay, so we found that information.
Cool.
Excellent. All right. Well, if you don't mind, it's been a pleasure to meeting your acquaintance, and really, your article is excellent. I think I'm going to put it right on the front of the Arnoldsburg Advertiser.
What did I write an article about?
The inventory that was recently delivered to the outfitters down the street.
Now, I'd like to roll a
But with such flair. Yeah.
Such flair.
I'd like to roll a charm roll
Oh,
to
okay.
see if we can find out where his assistant. If he can tell us more about his assistant, because I think it's mysterious that she's out sick.
Oh, yeah. Interesting, totally.
Sure.
I have pretty good. Ooh, 45. That's lower. That is a good roll for me.
Oh, how high is your charm?
50.
Ooh, okay. Yes. What did I say her name was? Alice, young Alice. She's a fine girl. She's learning the trade. She really doesn't know much. She just graduated from the closest school is about 15 miles away, so she's had quite a time. Arnoldsburg is a small town, you see, but she's about 15 miles away at her mother's home.
Do we get any feeling of suspicion about this?
I think that
You
she's
don't
around
know.
the same age as Thomas, so I'm just maybe thinking that there's a little romance there.
Madame Beignet, side business as a matchmaker, may be onto something as far as hooking Thomas up, but you don't get the feeling that there's anything interesting about Alice.
Okay.
He was just hectic because
His
she was
assistant
out.
was gone.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So
Yeah.
now we move on.
Great. Where else would you like to go?
I guess we're just trying to get anyone and everyone to talk to us in the town, right?
Because Hilda Ward's gone. She's in Detroit. So maybe we move on to the police station to find out about missing uncle.
Police station for sure.
No,
right?
you go outside onto Nut Street. It seems almost abandoned.
Is there also a plague-like cloud in the air of dust and nuts?
There's dust and debris in the air.
nutshells flying.
Yes, there's various nut trees all lining this avenue. But you can't really tell what kind of nuts they are in particular. It seems to be a variety.
Cashew nut,
Yeah, all different.
pistachio nut.
Yeah, the only thing notable about Nut Street is that there's so few people.
Yes.
Very
abandoned.
Strangely
no one. Yeah.
few people. This whole town seems like sleepy to us.
It's very sleepy. Very sleepy indeed,
Let's
yes.
see what it's like.
No wonder
For-
Mrs. Hilda Ward moved
For
to
me, I'm
Detroit.
like, there's so many people here. Yes, I'm live in a library.
You've talked to 2 people today. Okay.
I'm
So
tired,
you take
and
a
I-
left onto Main Street, and right there on the corner of the block is the police station.
Right.
You walk in the doors?
Yes.
Yep.
Great. You see a constable sitting at the desk. Constable Buford. Now, once again, he doesn't seem to have time for you. If you'd like to fill out a report, go right ahead. I'm taking my break. And he leans back and he's chewing on some sort of breaded pastry item. He's really enjoying it.
Question: Has the nephew done any official police report so far about the missing person?
I think we have to ask Constable Buford
Oh,
that.
got it. Yeah.
Can I help you?
We're here about a missing person.
A missing person? Is this a new case?
No.
He tips forward in his chair right away and gives. Oh,
Douglas Kimball.
yeah, him. Yeah, no, yeah, we still have that open case. There's he was just gone without a trace.
And there's been no leads, no inquiries, no people of interest.
Look, who are you? I've got a lot of reports to fill out, and I'm almost done with my shift.
Vestibule.
That's your name?
Yes. Why did you say it like that?
Sir, look, if
Actually,
you don't have any new
Constable?
cases to report.
We have a new case. It's a robbery. The books. Oh, we're stolen.
Yes, a library.
Stolen
A library steal.
Yeah, Mr. Thomas Kimball, he did come in here and we didn't even file the report. I mean, a few missing books, that's not something we can really trouble ourselves with
What
here.
do you trouble yourself with?
Well, I've got a lot of paperwork to fill out. Yes, of course, we are concerned and still pursuing the missing persons case, and that's all. Do you guys want to charm or persuade to maybe get him more amenable to giving you information?
Yeah, so he's not giving us anything right now. maybe we can swap notes. We're a little PI. We got a little PI gig on the side here. Maybe we can swap some notes. We give you some info. You give us, and we're a team now. You and I.
You've got information on a case?
Yeah, we could give them information. Yes.
Look, I don't like my time being wasted, all right? My Constable Buford, it says right here, I'm a constable around here, and I don't need a couple of muckraking troublemakers.
Ooh, muckraking troublemakers.
In my police station, okay? You hear me? You want to roll for charm or persuade?
I'm a pretty good charmer. How are you at charm?
I'm terrible.
Okay. We're going to charm him a little bit.
Okay.
45.
Okay, so what do you say to him?
Constable Buford, listen, we're here for the same purpose. We want to get to the bottom of this missing person case. We just were hired by the Kimball family, and Thomas really wants our help, and we've got nothing else to do, so we can sit around here all day and wait till you're free. We can help you out. We just want to know, what do you know about Thomas Kimball and his
I'm a
missing
librarian.
uncle?
Well, I can appreciate any private investigator with respect for the law. So, well, I guess I have a few minutes here on my break. It's on my break, but sure. Your name?
I'm Madame Beignet.
Very mysterious behind that veil. What lovely, delicate hands you have, though, is what I noticed about you.
Jesus,
anyway,
Constable.
you charmed him. I don't know. That's all he can
Touch
see.
those hands of yours.
Yeah, he puts his hand on yours.
Oh my gosh.
She pulls back.
Ma'am, pardon me. What would you like to know? Anything about Arnoldsburg that seems interesting. I've been living here for, 10 years now.
I mean, we want to know everything we can about the case.
Right. Well, tell us, it seems like the Kimballs have had that home for a very long time.
Yeah, we want to know everything about the Kimballs.
What's your impression of the Kimball family, and have you ever heard any interesting stories about them in relation to other people in this town, or do they have any sort of reputation?
Well, the quiet family, just the uncle and now the nephews moved in just last year. Don't know too much about them, but, well, I do get a strange feeling anytime I have to go check out that cemetery back there. I don't know. What was it? 6-7 years ago, we got many complaints from the neighbors. There's several houses that all back to the woods there, and well, there was complaints of loud noises late at night in around the Tombstones. But well, anytime a patrol car went by, they didn't hear a thing. Quiet as a grave, you might say. I got a sense of humor. I don't know if you noticed, madam.
I got it.
Well, thank you, Constable. That was not helpful, but we're
Well, hey, maybe I could take you out to dinner tonight. Or are you in town for long, madam? Madam Mystery.
I can visit you another time. I think we need to really we need to be out of here. We need to go look at the cemetery.
I guess so. Is there anything else that we can glean from this guy about the Kimball?
Say, if you have any leads about the missing persons case, you bring them straight to me, because that would make me look, well, very good around here. We don't have many crimes here, so getting to the bottom of a missing persons case would be awful helpful.
And just to double check too, there with the missing person and the missing books, officially on the police record, there's no evidence whatsoever. It's just disappeared completely. And that's it.
They didn't care about the books. They didn't even take a report. They figure he misplaced his books, or who knows. How can you prove books are missing except for the holes in the shelves? But missing person, they don't have any leads at all.
And one last question, Constable. Has anyone else been around asking you at all about the Kimballs?
Anyone asking?
Good question.
Thank you, Bertha.
I did question, what's his name? That Jefferson. Yeah, Melodious Jefferson, the gardener.
Melodious Jefferson.
Yeah.
That's the killer.
I'm sorry, he's the Kimball's gardener?
Well, he tends to the graveyard. He works for the city, in fact, for the town, and well, he seemed rather sad to learn that Mr. Douglas Kimball had gone missing, and well, he just wanted to know had he passed or what had happened, and I wish I had more information. Sad man he is.
Someone being sad that someone is missing.
They
How
must
strange.
have known each other.
Yes. But he worked for the Kimballs.
The city. He worked
For
for
The city, yeah,
the
for the
city.
graveyard.
Do you know
okay.
where Melodious lives?
Couldn't tell you. No.
Well, you've been helpful.
Ish.
Ish.
Okay. All right. So you guys gonna leave the police station?
Let's go to graveyard, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Or are there any other big?
Or should we go at night? Should we go?
Let's go once during the
It's
day
getting
first.
pretty late in the afternoon now. It's around 3-4 o'clock.
So we go get
You
a
stop
tea.
for lunch at the local, at the Outfitters. They have a deli counter.
Should we act out that in real time of us having lunch?
Yeah, ready.
Excuse me, do you have milk? I'll bring my own.
Do you have a very long straw? Fit for a
Straws
veil?
Invented in 1920. Do you have,
Yeah.
a wooden straw? You know what they're all the rage in the cities.
You've never seen me drink anything. You're a little worried about my hydration.
Do you need to eat or drink?
I can eat.
Good.
You see a smear of mustard on the outside of the veil.
Unbuttered toast for me and.
Okay. Great. Where would you like to go?
A
Graveyard.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, so you walk back
And
down the
it's-
street down
Sunset
Pillsbury.
at this point or something, or what time is it?
Yeah, it's still afternoon. You're walking back from the police station, or maybe you got lunch and now you're walking back to the Kimball house. So you just go straight around, and as you go around the house, you see a little dirt path, a little windy path that goes between some trees. And it goes past the window of the study that you climbed and peeked in earlier, around the right side of the house, and you see a little low stone sort of fence encompassing the graveyard. Yes, there's maybe 50 gravestones that you can see, and they're some are rather big. There's some bigger tombstones. Some of the families around here have a good deal of wealth and spent some dollars on bigger tombstones, and there's one mausoleum.
Before we walk in,
Yeah.
don't enter the graveyard. I have to roll for occult to see if I can sense anything suspicious or get any sort of messages from it beyond.
Sure.
Don't enter.
You definitely feel a spiritual presence from your earlier roll. You feel yourself walking closer to where you felt all those spirits.
30. Great. So that is what are the
Hard
names
and
again?
extreme.
Hard?
Hard success.
Hard. Yes, it's a hard success.
Awesome. Do you want to check your box for occult?
What does the checking the boxes do again?
At the end of the session, you'll get to improve your character or have the opportunity to.
Cool.
If you check the box for doing a great roll.
So I'm getting something. I'm sensing the direction we should go.
Oh.
You feel spirits floating all around you. They say, "Welcome, come."
You're talking to me.
Oh,
Yeah, Bartholomew,
I can
you
hear
don't hear anything. You're
Just
just
telling me to
you're
follow
looking
them.
up
Should
at
I
the
follow them?
trees.
Yeah, that's why we're here.
Why don't you stand back there a bit?
Okay, thank you.
They say, yes, there's been many things come and go inside of this hollowed ground. Yes. But you don't get like a distinct presence, like one particular spirit that's trying to make itself known. They're all sort of quiet spirits. It seems like they're quite at rest here and have been for a good amount of time. None of these graves are fresh.
Bartholomew, these are old spirits. I'm not getting anything about the Kimballs yet. Nothing out of suspicious here.
You see dead people.
I can sense them, and I'm wondering if we should look at the gravestones.
Yeah, well, you do see across the cemetery, on the far side, cutting back the brambles and weeds that grow, you see who you know, assume perhaps, as you just said, to be Melodious Jefferson. Perhaps there's some sort of gardener over there.
Sir.
And or madam.
Are you Melodious Jefferson?
Hi, I'm Melodious Jefferson, that's me.
Nice to meet you. I'm Madame Beignet.
How do you know my name? That's rather strange. Nobody knows my name around here. I'm just a carpenter. Simple man.
Well, we're actually staying at this house here.
Oh, over there. The Kimball house, you say?
Yeah.
Did you know Douglas?
We didn't. We've met his nephew, though.
Huh. I don't know his nephew. But Douglas, well... Anyway, do you know any of his whereabouts, eh?
Well, that's one of the things we're trying to get to the bottom of. Were you close with Douglas?
Who did you say you were? Do you want to roll for charm or persuade? Fast talk, maybe?
I'm terrible at it.
I'll roll for charm.
Okay.
Thank God one of us
Yeah.
remembered to do that, or tried. Okay, 43. Ooh, that's still lower.
Rolling well with those dice, okay. Yeah, well, you know, he was a nice man. He loved to come in to the graveyard with a book under his arm. Of course. Well, if you knew anything about him, you know there's a book under his arm.
Was there a particular book he liked to read in the graveyard?
Oh, any type of book. In fact, he talked to me about it. I'm not a big reader myself, but, well, I do like a good discussion, and, well, Mr. Kimball, he'd tell me all about the travel and politics, and, well, he'd been all over the world, you know. Anyway, he used to sit right there on that low tombstone. You see, it's worn away a bit. That was a spot.
We should investigate that spot.
Totally.
So, Melodious, we should ask him, like, do we have anything else to ask him? I don't want to let him go.
Can you give me a spot hidden roll?
Spot hidden.
Yeah, sure, you know.
I don't have anything there, but
Neither,
I'll do
roll.
it first.
You roll.
Nope, not at all. 64 and 925.
You see nothing. You know nothing. Okay. And what do you guys want to do? You want to ask him anything else?
Maybe we ask him about the Thomas too.
He said he didn't know Thomas. Can we ask him about the mausoleum? I love a good mausoleum. Who's buried in there?
When you ask that, he goes silent and he turns back to his work.
Excuse me, we asked you a question, please.
Maybe you should get out of here. This is hollowed ground. There's bodies under this ground, and if you didn't know them and you're not working here, maybe you should go.
I'm not good at people. It seemed to me like that was awkward.
We'll come back when he's not here. Okay, thank you, Melodious. Nice to meet you.
Okay, but be careful here. If you come back, I heard you say you're coming back. I just...
Why did you say that so loudly and so close to him?
I didn't think he could hear through the veil.
Look, I spend a lot of time here around these ghosts, and yeah, I woughouldn't come here at night. I'll just tell you that much.
One question, Melodious. Have you heard rumor of haunted canine feet, ghoulish creatures?
Canine-shaped
demon
hoof feet.
Who told you that? He gets up in your face, and you can smell on his breath
garlic?
Alcohol.
Oh, no!
This is 1922. If he has
Everyone's
alcohol
drunk.
in his breath,
He's sneaking it.
Prohibition.
Prohibition. But people are getting drunk.
He's got an inside track to some booze.
Who told you about the hooves?
I
erase them. I take my rake and I rake away any hooves tracks that I see.
I'm a librarian, and I read in a article that we found at the newspaper from Hilda Ward that 20 years ago she observed and found and talked to, and raved about these hooved canine creatures called
yes
devil spawns. Am I sharing too much information?
Hilda Ward. He spits on the ground. That's what I think of her.
Oh.
Her kin's over there. She never was kind to me. I would trim back the weeds on those graves, and one time she told me maybe I didn't belong here. I stopped trimming the weeds on those graves.
Why would she say that about you?
Oh, I'm an immigrant, can't you tell? She didn't want me around these parts. She's not a nice woman.
Don't say anything. just don't. Yeah.
Anyway, I've got to get back to...
So, hey, bud.
Oh.
Hey.
Well, we
Okay,
don't
roll
know.
for charm, but with a bonus die.
I'm trying to sympathize and empathize over
Accents.
our immigrant status. Let's see. Charm. Oh yeah, I got it. 3. I got a 3. And
Wow.
It's 15. So that's like an extreme too.
Well, you had a bonus, so I'm not going to give you a
Right.
check.
Yeah.
But, because the other one was a 90. But, okay. Well, I did see a dark figure 1 week ago. I did need to come, and I was here at night. I'd need a second load to take out the brush, and...
What?
No, I was taking out the brush from... I had to come back at night.
did
It was
you
a long...
say?
Anyway, I saw something.
A dark figure in the graveyard?
Yes.
Would you say it was a large figure or small?
Oh, large. It was hunched over. I only saw the silhouette. But it...
What was it doing?
Oh, just sitting. And, well, lurking, sort of walking around, right around that tombstone. Anyway,
Which
I decided to come back the next day. I didn't go any closer and I didn't investigate.
Did it have hoof tracks?
There were hooves the next day. Well, I must be going now. I've almost finished my work here, so...
Thanks for your
Perhaps
time,
I'll see you
Melanie.
Thanks for the time.
Bartholomew, I think we need to see what tombstone
Yeah.
old man Kimball likes to sit and read on, both dead and alive.
Okay.
So we're going to investigate that tombstone.
Yeah.
Sure. You do see a lot of footprints. They look like man's footprints, but with a clove at the end, like a bare footprint. You just see a couple.
With a clove?
A hoof at the end. Yeah.
At the end.
It's like a man's footprint,
Yeah.
but with a cloved hoof at
Instead
the
of
tip
toes?
Instead of toes.
Jesus.
That's fun.
Yeah, you just see one,
So, like-
and it's hard to say. Maybe it's
Please
just
draw.
maybe it's just a boot.
Wait, I have art skills. How about
Yeah.
I draw it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have pretty good art
So,
score.
Okay.
Like this.
Now it's
Like
getting
that.
to be dark.
right?
The sun is setting.
It looks like this.
That's it.
Look at this, everybody. Look at that. That's what it looks like.
That's really good.
It's really
Nailed
good.
it.
Okay.
sun
It's
is
getting to be
setting.
dark, and you hear.
Wait, I wanted to see the name on the tombstone.
It is so worn away with time and with what
But-
looks like people sitting upon it
But
that you can't even read
interesting.
what the tombstone
Interesting.
says.
And any other
All right.
investigation we can do?
I mean,
It's getting to be dark, and
Yeah.
you may want to go back. You haven't eaten since the lunch counter, and they didn't have the straws you needed.
I had 2 pieces of toast, so I am fine.
I'm famished, and Thomas might be home, so why don't we go talk
Yeah.
to him about what happened today?
Yeah.
As you approach the
Thomas!
house, in fact, you see a lantern on in the kitchen, and he seems to be preparing something.
Thomas, we're coming!
Then you notice it's not Thomas in there. Thomas is actually sitting at the table. You can see as you approach the back of the house that there's a short and stout woman in the kitchen.
His girlfriend.
You can enter from the front of the house, and when you go in, they welcome you on in. Thomas says, yes, my 2 astute investigators. What have you found? Any word on the missing books?
Oh, well, we
have
had
found some
had a
things.
wonderful lunch. Yes, go
But
ahead.
Thomas, yes, but Thomas,
I brought you some milk.
before we tell you too much, let's
Yeah.
who's your friend? Just in case.
Yeah.
Oh, Mrs. Potts. Oh, yes, hello. Oh, so good to see you.
Mrs. Potts, do you live in this town?
Oh, yes, I've lived in Arnoldsburg my whole life. I just come to cook for Thomas a few nights a week. He pays me well for my troubles. This
Are you
financial mogul.
do you use a lot
She
of
pinches his
cookbooks?
cheeks.
Do you use a lot of cookbooks?
No, never had any need for one. I don't think I've ever opened one once.
Did you kill Douglas? Did you kill Douglas Kimball by chance?
Okay, Bartholomew,
I
that's
don't know.
rude.
I'm just.
We're investigating the disappearance of
She immediately cries and runs out of the room.
No! No!
You really upset her with that.
No, I didn't.
Well,
So
now
that's...
that she's gone, Thomas, we can talk to you about.
Damn
Mrs.
it.
Mrs. Potts would have had
Mrs.
nothing.
Potts!
She was actually visiting her mother out of town in Albany, New York. For the past, well, she actually never worked as a cook for my uncle. He prepared his own meals, but well, you saw I left you toast, and that's the extent of my abilities.
Sorry, so she was never a cook for your uncle. So you hired her.
I did, yes.
How long is she? How long is she?
How long is she?
How long is she about?
Well, she's lived in this town her whole life, but she's only been helping me for, well, I want to say just about when I moved into the house. That's when I hired her. I thought, I can't cook for myself. I need to eat a solid meal. I don't know how to prepare anything.
And remind me, how long has the uncle been missing for?
A year.
A year. At the same, so he's been, Thomas has been living in the house for how long now?
Just about a year.
Just about a year. So he
Well, he was
moved in
missing. Well, hard to say.
I'm just trying to clarify, like, did they live together in this house? For
I
any
think Thomas
period?
showed
No.
up because he disappeared.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah,
He-
it
she-
was. Some neighbors were alerted to the fact that he hadn't left his home. No one had seen him, and
Right.
then they sent the police constable to go check out the
Got it,
house, and
yeah.
they couldn't find any forced signs of entry, is what you learned
And
when you
he was
visited.
the only living
Yeah.
relative, I assume, so they had him come.
Mhm.
So now she just revealed to us, Bartholomew, side whisper, that Thomas is a financial wizard. What did she say? A financial.
Yeah, he's in finance.
He's in finance.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yes.
Anywho, so yeah, Thomas.
Yeah. He
made
works at the bank in town.
Oh, okay.
Is what he got a transfer. It is
Well, we had some interesting conversations today, Thomas. Nothing concrete yet.
We think it's as a devil creature. Yeah.
A devil creature took the books.
Well, should we?
Interestingly, Thomas, not many people seem to be concerned about the books. They think that you misplaced them or they've been misplaced.
See, this is why I needed to hire private individuals that would be financially motivated to care. Because I care. I feel like these were important to my uncle, and his legacy is that library. And you understand, certainly.
Ooh, yes.
Well, anyway, I'm about to turn in. It's getting rather late, but, well, do you have any plan? I mean, what if the criminals come back again?
Well, you have a gun. No, I won't say.
Excuse me?
No. We don't
I
know.
no, I. Well,
No,
every
we don't-
every
yeah,
man needs
that
to
was-
defend himself.
Okay.
He just
Our
thinks
pla-
that you assume that he has a
Yeah,
gun.
Right.
you must have a weapon
Everybody
in the
has a
house.
weapon.
You must have a weapon in the house. Our plan is still unfolding, Thomas. Is there anyone you think that...
You don't tell him about going to the graveyard, because we're probably gonna go back to the graveyard tonight, right? But we don't want to tell him about that.
Maybe we invite him.
Should we? But he is. I mean, if he's not, if he thinks it's a
I don't
huge
want
joke,
any part in your investigation. I just want answers.
Got it.
Now I'm to turn in, but well,
We might...
did you find my uncle's journal, perhaps? I don't know if you took time to look around the library.
I looked around
study?
the library a
Bartholomew
lot.
didn't find the journal in the library.
Ah, yes. Well, it should be in there somewhere. I forget, perhaps in a desk drawer or...
Well, let's go
Well, yeah.
look for it now.
Oh,
then.
sure. Let
You
me
could have
show
told us
you.
about this, Thomas.
He takes you into the study, and well, you guys didn't roll for search. He finds it. He finds it in a desk drawer. He finds a journal. A journal. It's engraved on the front. It says Douglas Kimball. And let's see, who's going to be reading? Who's
I'll
taking
do
the
it, 'cause
journal?
I'll use my language
Yeah, he
skills.
hands it to you. You look like a man that loves to hold books. What happened with your giant bag full of books, by the way, when you were out adventuring all day?
They're in my room.
No, I was carrying it.
You were carrying all of my books?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Crazy. You know, we could have left these in the room.
Are you still carrying them?
I set them down.
Oh, great. Okay. Okay, so The journal. Do you look through?
Yeah, read the whole thing.
You start from the beginning, or you want to
Start
see?
from the beginning. I'm a really fast read.
Sure. It starts, let's see, in 1915, and it talks about how he purchased the house with his savings after working for many years.
So only 5 years ago?
It's 1922.
It's 1922, so 7 years ago.
Yeah, that's when he moved. That's when he moved here.
So he lived in the house for
Anyway,
6
you start skimming through, and maybe you go straight to the last entry. The day before he vanished, June 14th, 1921, there's a cryptic entry. And he makes mention of making a big decision, of joining his friends down below.
His demon friends.
Oh, Jesus.
As you skim backwards, you see earlier entries have sketches of a series of tunnels that looks like it leads out of the cemetery itself.
We gotta find a shovel.
And then, just earlier entries, he talks about what he ate for dinner, what books he's reading, all kinds of things. But, yeah.
Did he eat meat for dinner?
He does take copious notes on his dining habits, and they seem to start with more vegetables and grains and go more and more towards just
meat heavy.
Meat. Yeah, all the time.
He's a werewolf.
Yeah, he is.
Meals.
And you know what? I'd like to roll quickly for occult to tell Bartholomew what type of the moon is tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, then we're fucked. Yeah.
24.
Oh, that's a
And you've got
7.
80 something?
7? I should wear glasses. 74. Thank you, Bartholomew.
Black and black dice.
Best.
70. That's still a good roll.
Okay, great. It's a new moon. There's actually not much moonlight out.
Okay.
Really hard to see at night, and the furthest thing from a full moon.
Copy that. Great. Good to know.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
we need to find these tunnels.
Yeah, we'll basically use it as a map. We'll go out of the. We'll use it as a map and follow it.
Yeah,
Do you
and give
wanna-
me a luck roll, Bartholomew.
Luck? Oh shit. Yeah. My luck is 60. And I got an 87. So not very good luck.
Okay. But you did sit down to read
I read the whole journal.
the whole journal.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
so
do you-
several hours go by.
Quick question. Do you
it's now
have
about-
photographic memory?
I mean, I would love to have a photographic memory. I feel like with a librarian, maybe not photographic, but I remember shit. I'm good.
So
at
he's digested it.
Where are you around the same time he was drawing these sketches of tunnels? Just before that, he said he was reading late on his favorite spot on the Tombstone, late at night, and he saw mysterious figures.
So if he was reading and then he drew tunnels, something happened when you sit there and he can see a tunnel. So I think we need to sit in the same spot and maybe bring a book from your collection. We can just mimic his routine.
Yeah.
See what happens.
Got
So,
it.
I'll bring
Bartholomew Festival. What's the book you bring?
Well, I would think I would bring all of my books and can try different ones, but the one I used first is my favorite book,
Yes.
which is Origin of Species.
Great.
Darwin? Was he around?
Yeah, Charles Darwin, The Origin of Species. Interesting. What a read. Okay. Yeah. And
I have my spell book that I carry with me always, so we can sit there and read together.
yeah. And you notice that Origin of Species doesn't seem to be on the shelves in the library. It's a very popular book
I
at
brought
this
it
time.
with me!
Yeah. Interesting. All right. Maybe it's someone else's favorite too. Okay. Sorry. What did you say you bring?
I have my pocket spell book.
Oh, excellent. And then did you say you were going to bring a shovel?
Well, I think that there's a possibility that these tunnels might need to be excavated, or graves might need to be excavated, so I'd like to bring a shovel.
Okay, well, before you do, Thomas went to bed several hours ago. It's now around 2 a.m. because you
Jeez.
sat and read the journal cover to cover.
I'm very fast reader, though.
It was
But,
only a 6-year journal.
But he did mention that if you needed any supplies and you couldn't find them around the house, to check in the attic.
We check in the attic before we go, very quietly.
How do you feel about attics?
Oh, right, yeah. I have an intense fear of attics.
You do? Why is that?
I don't know!
It's a phobia.
Let's not yell at people.
Sorry.
A phobia.
Don't ask me these things!
All right. Do you want to search for a shovel?
Do you want me to go alone?
I have very good stealth, and I will go all the way to the
top
edge of the attic with you, and then I will cower and shiver while you are up
Perfect.
there.
What would you like me to roll?
Just roll for you're just going up in the attic?
Yeah.
You don't need to roll for anything.
Okay.
Yeah,
Basically.
great. Okay, you find a shovel up there. And
Great.
Bartholomew, you don't want to go?
I'm gonna go with her to the very edge there, and then stop.
Okay, great. You find a shovel.
I'm with you in spirit.
Okay, so tell me your plan again.
We're gonna go bring our books to this worn out tombstone
Okay,
and sit and read and look for a sign and look for tunnels.
Yeah.
great.
Can I also have kind of like a weapony type thing? Because I'm probably terrified.
What do you find?
I will whatever you find up there that I could use to hit werewolves with.
I find a hammer.
Just a little guy.
Yeah, like a little tiny ball peen hammer.
Yeah. I'm carrying
Okay,
it with like
perfect.
a sack of books.
Sack of
And then-
books, tiny hammer, and
I
big
have
shovel.
I have my matches, and I grab a lantern.
And a lantern.
So
Yeah.
Great.
We do know that there is a switchblade on your person.
yes, I have a switchblade. I've got my spell book, and I also have brass knuckles. So I put them on in case I need to. Clock a
Excellent.
demon.
Okay, so you guys are going to stake out the tombstone and to
Correct.
sit and read.
Sit and read with the light of our lamp and our.
Yeah.
Okay, someone's carrying the lantern. Okay, so you're sitting on the tombstone, reading the origin of species and flipping through your spell book, and
This part is my favorite. Evolution.
and then give me a spot hidden roll.
No, you do it this time. Last time I fucked it up.
Spot hidden.
Mm-hmm.
Sick.
And you're on the lookout. So how about you roll with a bonus die?
Which
Another
one do I do for
10s
bonus?
die.
This guy.
Take the better one. Because you've come prepared. You're on high alert.
What is that?
That's
oh
a 90.
God! So I
but,
want 43.
Yeah, 43.
Which is still too high because I'm 25.
Okay,
Bummer.
okay. So you're sitting on the tombstone, and you can see when you're sitting there, straight ahead of you, is the one mausoleum of the cemetery.
Aha.
It's got a big stone door. And you can see that the dirt is sort of kicked up around it. You can see on the cement that's been laid beneath the stone door, you can see just a hint of scratches
Oh.
Bartholomew, I think we need to look inside the mausoleum.
Okay. You do it. We'll do it
You
together.
hold- you hold
yeah,
the lamp.
I'll hold the lamp.
You hold the
I'll hold
lamp.
the lamp and you can look.
What do you think is in there? Something.
Oh well.
So let's.
Okay,
go.
I'm gonna need a strength roll
Strength.
Oh,
Yeah.
Can we stealth it? Can I use stealth?
to open a giant stone mausoleum
I
door.
guess.
Ah, crap.
Can I squeeze in through the? Yeah, you're.
And can I not use the
completely
shovel for
sealed.
leverage at all?
Ooh,
Okay.
okay, I'll give you a bonus die to roll
yeah, you do that
with
then.
the shovel for
I'll
leverage.
I'll do strength too. I have a decent
Okay.
strength. I got it. I don't got it. Ow! My arms.
Okay, wow.
You said I should do.
Yeah,
a bonus?
you grab hold of it, but there's really not a great place to grab, Bartholomew.
Ow!
You just your fingers, they
Ow!
hurt.
Jeez.
Mm-hmm.
Ouchie!
So now I'm
Leveraging it.
using my shovel to try to press it open.
Okay,
That's 35.
what's your strength?
30.
Oh, that's too bad. You want to use your luck?
I would allow you to spend 5 points of luck.
Great, I will do that. So then I move my luck back 5. You say?
Yeah. Okay. So
I
you open the
heave
door.
and heave, and the door kind of slightly shifts open, and I push you through.
Okay.
Ah! Why did you do that?
You
No.
just push him ahead.
Because he's got the light.
Okay, he's got the light, so you shove him into the mausoleum.
Yes.
Ah!
Bartholomew,
Show me the way.
when you get inside, there is a putrid stench wafting from out of this mausoleum. It is so strong. I'm going to need you to roll with a penalty die for Constitution.
So penalty die, same thing, just take the lesser of the two.
Mm-hmm. Or the higher, yeah.
For Constitution, huh?
Constitution.
Oh, I'm fucked. I'm fucked. Yeah, both of them lost, so.
You faint.
Whoa.
All right, and then the scent. Oh, the lantern falls and the oil spills. There's a small little puddle of oil that is lit afire, but luckily everything is stone, so it's staying at just as long as the oil dribbles by your side. And as this stench, you hear Bartholomew fall, and you do have a veil, so I won't make you roll the penalty die. Okay. It's negated by your veil.
Okay, so I rolled just 2 for Constitution.
I need your Constitution check, yeah, to see.
I have pretty good Constitution, so.
80.
Ooh, balls.
You failed?
Mm-hmm. I got an 80, and I'm 65.
You lean your head in the door of the mausoleum.
That's so bad.
And the stench just immediately drops you to the ground. You're halfway in, halfway out.
Scary. So we're unconscious.
You are.
And time passes.
And time passes. You wake up. It's still dark. It is that new moon, so very little moonlight in the graveyard, but you look up and you see some stars. You've been dragged out of the mausoleum, and you don't smell any burning fire anymore. You do smell some of that putrid stench, but you look around you, and sitting on the tombstone next to you is a hideous figure. It's looming and breathing heavily, and it says, "Hello." It has not fur exactly, it's hair. It's long hair covered in moss. You can smell it from where you sit as you both sit up and look around. What do you do? Oh, sorry. Actually, the first thing that happens is you roll for sanity because you are face to face with a ghoul.
Oh gosh. Okay, Mel, you go first.
Okay, your sanity.
Yeah, where's my sanity?
Near your luck.
Okay. Good. 49.
Okay, that's below your sanity?
Yes.
Okay.
I have 30, which is below 65.
All right. Okay, so each of you take a deep breath. You look at each other. Are you seeing this? And then you have a scream inside your throat, but you hold it back. And you take a deep breath. You're able to handle this hideous sight. You can ask the creature anything you want.
Who are you?
Who are you?
Me? Isn't it obvious? And as he leans down from his tombstone, you see the cork bottle glasses.
Oh
Mr. Kimball!
It's
Kimball!
You recognize, despite the dog-like snout now protruding from his face, canine-ish snout and moss-seed hair, you do see the white hair, and you need to roll for sanity again upon realizing that this is the uncle of your benefactor. This is the man you've been looking for, who's now a ghoul himself.
53, I'm good.
Ooh. You're shaken.
I'm good.
You're shaken, but, well, Madame Beignet, you are in search of the occult. This is what you live for.
This is my specialty.
It's-
Bartholomew, breathe.
You speak to ghosts. I mean, meeting a ghoul face to face is a first for you, but it doesn't scare you to your very core. Bartholomew.
Yes.
You would naturally be terrified by this, as most of your experience is through books. Yeah, but you've read quite a bit about ghouls, otherworldly.
Oh my god.
And really, it is Madame Beignet's resolve and composure that helps to keep you sane. So yes.
Look at me.
Look at me.
What is it I can tell you, my
Mr.
children?
Duncan, are you alive?
My name is not Duncan, it's
Oh,
Douglas, but, well, I suppose in a fashion. Oh, my. Are the humans looking for me? Certainly, I figured it would be many years before anyone came inside my home, for, well, I had so few friends of the human variety.
We were actually sent here by your nephew.
Little Tommy?
He's a man now.
He's looking for you, and he hired us to look for some books that went missing from your library.
If you look around, you see on either side of Douglas is a stack of books. There's a stack of, well, you do see a cookbook and a book about the full moon and a book about the natural world, of course. And then you see a stack of books, ones that you recognize from your thorough library check, that these were ones that were in the library.
So he's
not
been
too long
going in
ago.
and out of the house.
You can definitely assume that, given that you saw those books that are sitting next to him.
Kimball, what happened to you?
Yeah.
What happened to me? Why, I fulfilled my true self. I found friendship. But, well, it seems that the other ghouls, they want to close off this tunnel in the mausoleum, and I won't have access to any other books. But you see, all I wanted was to read. To read, and humans were always getting in my way, what with that Mrs. Potts always knocking on my door, and so I figured if I just went with my new friends that I met right here where you're laying, well, then I could just read forever. But I need to take everything that I can, because at the end of the night, well, there'll be no more.
Have you always been a ghoul?
No, not always. Not always. But I am now.
Did that happen when you started to live here? Did it turn you into a ghoul? How did you turn into a ghoul?
Oh, well, naturally. What was your name again?
My name is Bartholomew. Vestibule.
Vestibule?
It's pronounced vestibule.
Well, yes, I suppose there's been a little too much suspicion with this entryway, and so, well, this will be my last time coming here and seeing my nephew, and, well, oh, please don't tell him you found me here. I don't want him to know I'm still alive, in a manner.
We have to tell him something.
Hired us and paying us money.
We just solved his mystery, so what would you tell us to say to him?
Well, I don't know if anyone will believe you. Oh, you found a ghoul in a graveyard? I'm taking these books. They're my books, and I'm going to need them. Anyway, good day to you. And he tips his hatless head and pushes up his glasses and stands. You see his naked ghoul body.
Oh.
And he starts lurching towards the mausoleum. It says, "Don't tell Thomas!"
We will. Okay, we will. Thank you.
Do we want to go after him?
I but for what? I mean, what's the purpose of it?
Yeah,
I
there
mean,
isn't. Okay, so we let him leave.
You know, and if we wanted to go after him, it's like, let's arm up or something, or figure out
You have
more.
your hammer.
Yeah, I got us
He
covered.
starts shifting the stone behind him with arms full of books, naturally, but he set him down to shift the stone closed behind him. And he disappears.
Yeah, we didn't make it in.
It's the wee hours of the morning, but the next morning you get back. Thank God you didn't attack him, or a whole bunch of ghouls may have been set upon you.
Yeah,
Sure,
I'm not
I
gonna
wasn't
attack
gonna.
that
He's
guy.
got friends. He's got friends in furry places.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm not interested in that.
Good choice. And because you have heard the truth, that there are ghouls living amongst you.
Our insanity.
Yeah, I need you to roll 1d4 for sanity.
2.
Subtract 2 from your sanity.
And me too.
Yeah.
4.
But you're going to add 3 to your Cthulhu mythos.
Where is that?
On the bottom left of your skills. All right, friends. That was the safest possible way you could end an adventure.
Sorry, add how many?
With 3. You just get straight up 3 percentage points to Cthulhu mythos. You guys go back. The next morning, Thomas is sitting drinking tea in the kitchen. What would you like to tell him?
Oh, not that.
Hey! Do we not? I think we do. Because this is the thing, right?
What are you two scheming about? Have you found what's happened to the books?
Well, theoretically, I have a friend, and my friend was searching for a lost uncle for a person, not unlike yourself. And theoretically, it was a book I read. It was a dream maybe that I had, where we, my friend that is, went and found the missing uncle that was a ghoul, nightmarish creature living in a graveyard. So, you know what? If you just, what's your thoughts about that dream for my friend?
What is he talking about?
Well, Bartholomew has very intense walking nightmares, and I think he was trying to say that he was approached by someone who appeared to be your uncle last night in the graveyard.
Could've been.
I'm not sure if this is his dream
Yeah,
or if this really happened.
You were in the graveyard last night?
He can't tell if it was real or a dream.
I think what would it be like if your uncle was alive and a ghoul in the graveyard? What would that be like for you? Would that be good for you? Or do you have closure? Would you pay us money?
I want you to leave my house and never come back.
No.
Get out of my house.
It was a dream.
I asked you to find my uncle and find my stolen books. You've come here and exploited my generosity. I need you to leave.
No, what?
He just had a dream, and it was he definitely had a dream about the graveyard. So I guess we're just wondering if there's anything that we should.
What we should have done was take one of those books. That's proof.
When he put it down to open the mausoleum door?
Yeah. Well,
this was a hypothetical.
Hypothetically, but hey, what's
You're saying
that?
my uncle?
I'm
You
not,
met my uncle?
I have a condition.
I need you to roll for either persuade or fast talk.
Yeah.
Because he thinks you're lying.
Yeah, you need to make your dream more. You need to have like an episode right now where you start walking.
Yeah. Oh, fast talk. What's the other one I can use? Persuade or charm? Because charm is the best. It's 15. Should I charm him? Or fast talk's 5. There's no way I'm gonna get.
Sure, do charm. No, you're not charming him. You're persuading him of what you know to be the truth.
I'll do persuade because it's 10.
Okay. You could intimidate him.
84. There's no way.
I don't believe you.
Well, I'm just saying theoretically. I don't listen to me. I'm a rambling idiot. I'm just talking about a dream case scenario here. But if we got you back one of those books, would that be proof enough to you for believing in a, I don't know, somewhat of an unlikely situation concerning your uncle?
So you did find the books.
Remember, I have a condition where I dream walk. And so in my dream walk, I came across a figure of your uncle as a ghoulish person, but maybe I just met him and this is a condition I have. It's very serious. But I do think I know where these books are. So if I got you a book, would you believe maybe and come with us and see what's going on there with your uncle man?
Yes, that sounds likely. Sure. Okay,
Oh,
so
great.
you want to go back and see if you can recover a book?
Let's go. Yeah, we're gonna wait for night again. Now we know what's up.
Yeah.
We're gonna go back and I'm gonna use my
if we
sleight of
get-
hand.
Okay, he
steal a
did
book.
tell you that they were sealing up that entrance.
Oh.
And they weren't coming back through those tunnels. That the ghouls had shut that entrance to the tunnel system.
That's a true fact. There.
But you can go back to the mausoleum if you want. It's morning now.
Well, your suggestion would only work at night because you were thinking he would come back and visit us.
Come back
So I think
at
we
night.
need to find a new tunnel entrance.
Yeah. Because what's our motivation here? We want to
If we get the books, we get paid. I
Yeah.
think the bonus was the uncle.
right.
So
Okay. The next night, you go back to the mausoleum, and it is cemented from the other side. You can't make it budge no matter what you try. Even Melodious comes along, and for some reason, well, you bribe him with a bottle of booze, and he decides to help you, and the three of you together can't budge this door. It seems that Douglas Kimball and his ghoul friends are gone from this cemetery, but
We have the tunnel map.
a week has gone by, and there have been no more break-ins, and there has been nothing unusual around the house. And so, Thomas thanks you for your time. He doesn't know what you've done, but, well, no other books have gone missing since the night you claimed and you raved about this story about his uncle. And so, he thinks, well, whatever you saw somehow stopped the books from going missing.
Ooh.
And he pays you each $10 for a job well done. And he tells you never to come back to Arnoldburg. Do you want to give us a little epilogue as to what each of your characters does next? Madame Beignet.
Yeah, you start.
Bartholomew gets more so into the occult, and goes
Can you do
back.
it in his voice, please?
Yeah. Ever since I saw that ghoulish man, I've known that there are things in this world that aren't just, you can't just find out about through reading books, but you have to experience in the real world. And so now I travel the world, and I'm an investigator! And I meet people, and I'm so sociable now. Before, this would have been a very difficult conversation for me, but look how... Tell me about yourself. You see how easy that was?
It's also, you can talk to people without veils. So, like, eye
Yeah.
contact, you're good.
I'm good now. Now I'm good, and I have so much confidence.
And Madame Beignet, do you return to New Orleans, or do you go with your friends back to Camden?
Actually neither. I stay because I have never seen a ghoul before, and as an occultist, that was a very exciting experience for me. And so I have to stay hidden from Kimball, so he doesn't know that I stayed in town, but I have Melodious to help me kind of hide out, and I'm trying to, like, find the ghouls.
Amazing. Okay, love it. So glad that you guys didn't attack the figure. Had you staked out the house, you would have seen it stealing the books, and I don't think you guys would. You're not the type to attack. You're too curious.
We're not very
For the
strong.
best.
We would
free.
die
Yeah,
immediately.
it's always safe to not try and fight things.
Yes.
In the Cthulhu mythos. All right. Well, that's why this is the beginning adventure. This was Paper Chase, and this is published in the Call of Cthulhu starter set, and it is for only 1 or 2 investigators. But I just wanted to give you guys
Yeah,
a little
super
starter
fun.
adventure.
Really fun.
And next time we play, I will bring more terrifying Cthulhu monsters
Good.
to instill fear deep within your soul.
Yes.
Thanks
I
so
was
much
scared.
for hanging out, everybody. Everybody say hello. Mel did such a great job, says Caitlin.
Thanks, Caitlin.
Thanks so much, everybody. All right, there is a much more terrifying adventure that I'm running next Wednesday on this channel. And thanks so much for hanging out. We'll catch y'all next time on the flip side. Stay safe, stay cool, and Paula, thank you. Paula definitely would love to run an adventure for you sometime. Let's see, we're gonna raid somebody, so stick around for a raid. Bye.